Welcome everyone to Sudbury Talks with Gwen Price. And for the month of March, I'm celebrating Women's History Month, celebrating women in business. And I'm very happy to have with me today Yvonne Marrello. And Yvonne, you're an RMT.
That's correct.
What is an RMT?
RMT is short for registered massage therapist. So usually in short, it's just MT or massage therapist. Oh, yeah. So I have the lovely job of working on people's pain and aches all over. So massaging and kneading and all that fun stuff.
How long have you been doing it?
Coming up this May, it will be 7 years.
Oh, good for you. But you haven't been in Sudbury that long, is that correct? Or
that's correct. I moved to Sudbury right in the middle of the pandemic. So I'm one of those. I moved here in October 2020. So like right at the closer to the beginning part of all this.
Well, I believe in massage therapy. I've been doing it for years, and a lot of people keep me together. Chiropractor, massage therapy, physiotherapy. Why is massage therapy so important? People just think, oh, it's a massage, but it's doing a lot more than just helping you relax. It's therapeutic.
It is. And even like the relaxation component of it, I find has been very important, especially the last 2 years, because everybody has been just more stressed out than usual. So even just an hour of the day where you can come in, relax, and just be quiet sometimes for an hour, people are just rejuvenated afterwards because they get their heart rate down and then they just feel so much better afterwards. Even if you're not working on like a sprain or a strain, it's just they feel better because they've given their body a chance to just heal for an hour.
Yeah, well, and certainly I've been known to fall asleep on the table occasionally.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, I start snoring. Yes, I do snore. Anyway, but no, I mean, I think there's such a misconception too, and with massage therapy, a lot of times people have this sort of crazy idea about things, but I mean, it's done very tastefully and ethically, but I think a lot of people don't realize the benefits of it.
No, absolutely. So we are regulated. So we are regulated by the College of Massage Therapists in Ontario. And we have some very, very strict guidelines, but within those guidelines, there's so much that we are capable of doing. So we can pretty much work with a client's goal to figure out their best treatment plan, and whether that's coming in for relaxation to work on anxiety, or it's coming in because you ran a half marathon and your hamstrings are just killing you and you need some muscle recovery. The spectrum of massage is like, is massive. And that's what makes it so fascinating is every few years you can do another course and be like, you know what, this is where I want to go with my profession, and just completely change how you treat and how you work, and the age category, so to speak, that you want to target, because there's so much that we can do within this profession.
Well, and years ago, I had convinced my mom to see the massage therapist I was going to at the time, and my mom was of a generation where you didn't do that kind of stuff, but I can tell you that, and it was actually before she had found out she had pancreatic cancer, but she loved it. And, and then of course, when she was sick, it was very therapeutic too. Like there's so much to it, right? And it's just, it depends on your personal comfort level too, whether you want to be totally naked under the sheet, or everything is done to make you feel comfortable, no matter which massage therapist you're going to. I won't tell you about an experience I had in Cuba one time with this guy. I thought, okay, you definitely are not a massage therapist, but not that he, but it was just, he had no idea what he was doing, because you can definitely tell the difference when somebody is a registered massage therapist.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so interesting to me how the body, everything is so connected. I used to suffer from migraines, and You know, I never, at the time, I wasn't going to a massage therapist, but if I was suffering from migraines, I would definitely, that would be one of the practitioners I would go to see, because it's just amazing how your body and the muscles and your health are all kind of interconnected.
Yes, yeah. Um, Depending on the time of the year, it's like migraines kind of have a seasonal effect too, with the weather changes and the
Yeah.
pressure changes. So you tend to see more. Actually, we're coming up on like coming into spring where more people will be coming in with pressure related headaches. And that's definitely something that we work on, whether
Yeah.
it be from like stress and tension in the
Yeah.
shoulders or more pressure and like the sinus cavities. There's so many different things that trigger migraines. And it's challenging because massage can sometimes make the symptoms worse. So when you're actively going through a migraine, you can actually make that headache work. So you really have
Mhm.
to work with the client's comfort level, like you mentioned earlier. Comfort is very important, and making sure you never go beyond where the client is comfortable.
Yeah, because yes, it can be very gentle or it could be pretty intense depending on the massage that you want or you need, right? Because
Absolutely.
I've had some where, okay, it's kind of like, oh yeah, but you know, you kind of go get through it, and then it gets better, right? It's different. It's the, you know, define. I guess it's different for whatever purpose you want to be there. If it's an injury or if it's, you know, just a relaxation. And but yeah, there's so many things. And certainly with people working at home now and sitting at a desk in front of a screen,
Mm,
if you don't get up and move, it's your muscles tighten up and you get a lot of
yes.
problems.
Yeah, I've heard a lot with people still working at home. It's their normal 8 hour day has turned into 8 and 12 hour days where they sit down at the computer and they don't get up. There's no, stepping out, walking down the block for coffee or, chatting at someone else's desk. They, go from the kitchen to wherever their office is set up, and then they just work straight through and they completely forget to even just, get up and move. So it's going to be
Mhm.
interesting to see how people's muscle tension and pain changes now that, things are starting to open up and change and people are going back to work in a different setting.
Well, years ago, before I did the career I'm doing now, I sat at a desk for hours on end. That, you know, you're in front of a screen and you're sitting. And I had definitely a lot of problems with my lower back, to the degree that I thought I was going to, if I wanted to garden, it was all going to have to be raised garden beds.
Hmm.
Well, I don't have that anymore because I was moving more with this job, right? And it's so important not just to sit, like it is a real health hazard to be sitting all day.
It
And a
is.
lot, you know, it's amazing. Like I say, I just love that interconnection of everything that's involved in the body, mind, and yeah. So that's, yeah. How long do you have to go to school for to become a registered massage therapist? And is there like,
It depends on the schooling that you do. So we have requirements from our massage college. So like at the government level that says you need a certain amount of practical hours and which educational courses that you need.
Mhm,
So kind of like not continuing education, but which sciences that you need in order to graduate.
mhm.
So you can go to public college or private college. And if, so long as that institution meets the requirements, then you can graduate with a massage diploma and then do your board exams. So if you go to a private college, you can usually finish a little bit more quickly, and then public colleges are slightly longer. So it depends what your individual timeline is. I went
Mhm.
to a private college, so I didn't take that summer break. So I pretty much did 18 months straight and was like,
Wow.
all right, hunkered down and just went
Yeah,
for it. It was hard. It's
yeah,
mentally exhausting not having that summer break,
yeah,
but I just kind of wanted to work straight through, do my exams, and then just start practicing.
and get in the field, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it was interesting during the COVID lockdowns and all of that, because you were under a different category than some other professions, you know, and so you were able to still work through the pandemic. that correct?
So right at the beginning, so when we first went into lockdown in March of 2020, massage therapy was not considered an emergency service. So we did not work for March until I believe the beginning of May. I'm trying to remember. So the first 3 months we were not allowed to work, and then they changed the regulation, and then we were considered an emergency service, and massage, chiro, and physio, we all pretty much went back to work at the same time, like in the practical setting, not just doing like Zoom meetings. It's very hard to do massage over Zoom. I think I had like 2 appointments where it was just home care, and that was pretty much it. And then it was, and then we went back March, April, May, end of May, beginning of June.
Well, I can certainly see it as an essential service for sure. And especially, I think, given all the stress people were going through and working at home and that sort of thing. I always find it interesting what some healthcare plans will accept or won't accept. So most healthcare plans accept massage therapy as a valid expense. It's
exactly.
Yeah, and whether or not you need a doctor's prescription for it depends on the plan. But so it's always interesting to see how they look at different professions under there, because some things aren't covered, but I think pretty well most plans cover massage therapy.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I don't know. I don't know what, that wasn't really the concern at the start of the pandemic. I think they were just trying to minimalize contact in general.
Yeah.
And then I think they started to realize that, one, like the stress that people were under, they needed other services if we were going to get through this. And another big one was people weren't going to the emergency room for low back injuries. And there's so much that chiro, massage, and physio can do for, like, not just a general massage, but for strains and sprains and disc herniations, where you don't have to go to the hospital, but you can just go to your manual therapist. So they reintroduced us back into the emergency services.
Yeah, no, I think it's good. And certainly any healthcare professional I ran across, they were doing everything they could to make things safe and comfortable, right? I mean, nobody wanted to expose themselves to any the virus at all either. So I never had an issue going to anybody.
No, and there was a few people that they wanted to take like the extra step, and they were like, you know what, I'm going to wait till things calm down, and I'll come back to see you when I feel safe. And that's just it, is everybody made the choice from themselves, and we all just have to respect everybody's decision.
Yeah, exactly. So, and Yvonne, whereabouts are you? You're working at the Sudbury School of Fitness building?
That's correct. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And if somebody wants to book an appointment with you, how do they get a hold of you?
We have online booking, so it's at reallifehealth.ca. So you can book online, or you can call the clinic directly to find appointments.
Okay.
I work there 4 days a week, and I'm also a massage technologist, so at Cambrian College. So I'm working in the student clinic with the massage school up here.
So that keeps you busy for sure.
That keeps busy. So I don't massage anybody for Cambrian, but I'm working with the school up here with the education program, which is really nice.
With Cambrian College, you said? Yeah.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, I'll put some links there for the how to book an appointment and the phone number and all that, and when I post this, so they can reach out to you and schedule something. And it was so nice chatting to you, and I'm glad. Welcome to Sudbury. And
thank you.
Yeah, no, I think you'll like living here. So
I love living here.
Yeah, I think Sudbury overall is, I mean, every place has got their problems, but overall, I think Sudbury's a pretty good place to live, and the people are pretty friendly here. So
I think so.
Welcome to Sudbury.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, take care, and thanks so much.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay.